First, a quick disclaimer. This is a hypothetical scenario featuring a man who applies Shogun Method with a darker intent. This isn't an endorsement nor a critique of how Shogun Method is used. I don't think everyone should use Shogun Method this way. Some men want to live their lives with extreme advantages, and this is one method to get leverage. They shouldn't get put off by wimps who are too pussy to take the plunge themselves. If you're the kind who gets easily triggered, you may want to leave now. Otherwise, let's go. Meet the Dark Shogun, a man on a mission to control his girlfriend. He's convinced that she's got too much independence, and he's ready to change that with a set of tactics that he believes will put him firmly in charge. For the Dark Shogun, this isn't just about winning petty arguments or taking charge of minor decisions. He's after total control over her mind and emotions. In his eyes, he's doing her a favor by guiding her to rely on him completely. The Dark Shogun's goal is to make his girlfriend question herself so much that she turns to him for answers to almost everything. He believes that this dependency will give him the power to shape their relationship in any way he wants. The Dark Shogun's strategy is built around a set of psychological hacks from Shogun Method. First, he focuses on breaking down her confidence bit by bit. He doesn't start with huge criticisms. Instead, he makes small comments on her decisions, friends, or even the way she spends her time. The Dark Shogun doesn't come out and tell her she's wrong, but he suggests she could make better choices with his help. Over time, she might start believing that she needs his guidance, making her dependent on his opinion for everything. Next, he works on isolating her from her friends and family. He tells her that certain people aren't good for her, or that they don't understand her the way he does. His plan is to create a bubble around their relationship, where she has no one else to turn to. He's convinced that if he becomes her only source of support, she'll feel lost without him and will always stay by his side. This is a key Shogun Method strategy. One of the Dark Shogun's favorite tactics is to act indifferent whenever she does something he doesn't like. He doesn't argue or show disappointment. Instead, he simply withdraws his attention. By acting cold and distant, he hopes she'll start wondering what she did wrong. This silence is his way of training her to behave how he wants, because she'll try to avoid his cold shoulder. According to the Dark Shogun, the best part of this approach is that it makes her crave his attention. She becomes eager to earn back his warmth, almost as if his attention is a prize. He believes this will keep her constantly trying to please him, worried that one wrong move will push him away again. This hot and cold routine in his mind is the key to getting her hooked on his approval. The Dark Shogun doesn't stop there. He only shows affection or praise when she's followed his lead or done something he approves of. By doing this, he trains her to link his approval with her behavior. She starts thinking that if she wants his love, she must act the way he wants. Little by little, the Dark Shogun's indifference becomes a way to control her actions. In Shogun Method, we call this I-Ray model escalation. The Dark Shogun's next tactic is something he calls the fake breakup. He threatens to end the relationship, but he never actually plans to leave. Instead, he uses phrases like, "Maybe we should spend some time apart," or "I don't know if we're a good fit anymore." He never says it's over, he just hints at it, making her feel anxious and unsure. This tactic's purpose is to make her fear of losing him. The Dark Shogun believes that by stirring up this fear, she'll do anything to keep him happy. She'll try harder to please him, thinking that her efforts might stop him from leaving. For the Dark Shogun, this fear of loss is the ultimate way to control her behavior, making her desperate to fix any mistakes, he points out. The Dark Shogun also believes that the fake breakup will keep her from questioning his actions. When she's worried about being dumped, she's less likely to argue or stand up for herself. He hopes this will make her more obedient, willing to go along with whatever he wants to avoid any more talk of separation. Next, to the crown jewel of Dark Shogun strategies. Fractionation is the technique the Dark Shogun considers his secret weapon. This tactic involves putting her through intense emotional highs and lows so that she feels attached to him on a deeper level. The idea is to make her experience intense moments of love and affection, followed by periods of emotional distance. This pattern creates an addiction, where she craves his attention even more during the low points. The Dark Shogun thinks that by leading her through these emotional swings, he can make her feel that life without him is empty. He's convinced that this cycle of highs and lows will keep her focused on him, always hoping for the next high he provides. In his mind, fractionation isn't just a way to make her stay. It's a way to make her feel that staying with him is essential to her happiness. The tactic works by building an intense connection that she can't find anywhere else. The Dark Shogun's goal is to make her feel addicted to him, seeing him as the only person who can give her the emotional thrill she needs. To him, fractionation is about creating a bond so strong that she can't imagine being with anyone else. In Shogun Method, we call this emotional enslavement. The Dark Shogun couldn't give a shit about ethics. He doesn't think about right or wrong. To him, those are limits that keep people from achieving their goals. The Dark Shogun sees himself as above these concerns, and he believes that his ability to control others justifies his actions. He views people who worry about ethics as weak and thinks they're missing out on opportunities because they're afraid to push boundaries. For the Dark Shogun, breaking these ethical rules is just part of the game. He gets a thrill from knowing he's bending people to his will, and he doesn't feel guilty about it. He believes that he's a strong, independent thinker, and that people who follow ethical guidelines are simply afraid to explore their full potential. In the end, the Dark Shogun's strategy isn't about love or mutual respect. It's about ownership and control. He sees his girlfriend not as a partner, but as someone to mold into his ideal image. His goal is to make her feel she can't function without him, erasing her individuality in the process. The Dark Shogun builds his plan to control his girlfriend on psychological manipulation and emotional dependency. By the time he's done, he hopes she'll be completely tied to him, thinking that her happiness depends on staying by his side. For the Dark Shogun, this is the ultimate power, a relationship where he holds all the cards and she has none. It doesn't matter if you agree with the Dark Shogun. All you need to know is that you too can have this power if you want it bad enough.